Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again to conclude chapters 29 and 30 of The Tiger Rising. So please join me by turning to page 28 in your PDF copy of the book, and we will finish the story today. So Rob and his father worked with shovels to dig a hole that was deep enough and wide enough and dark enough to hold the tiger, and the whole time it rained. "We got to say some words over him," said Willie Mae, when the hole was done and the tiger was in it. "Can't cover up nothing without saying some words." "I'll say the poem," said Sistine, and she folded her hands in front of her and looked down at the ground. "Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night," she recited. Rob closed his eyes. "What in mortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry?" Sistine continued. "In that distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes. On what wings dare he aspire?" To Rob, the words sounded like music, but better. His eyes filled up with tears again. He worried that now that he had started crying, he might never stop. "That's all I remember," Sistine said after a minute. "There's more to it, but I can't remember it all." "You say something now, Rob," she said. "I don't got nothing to say," said Rob, "except for I loved him." "Well," said Willie Mae, "what I got to say ain't I ain't had good experiences with animals in cages." And she reached into her dress pocket and she took out the wooden bird. She bent down and laid it on top of the tiger. "That ain't nothing," she said to the tiger, "just a little bird to keep you company." She stepped back away from the grave. Rob's father cleared his throat and he hummed softly, and Rob thought he was going to sing, but instead he shook his head and said, "I had to shoot him. I'm sorry, but I had to shoot him for Rob." Rob leaned into his father, and it felt for a minute like his father leaned back. And then Rob picked up his shovel, and he started to cover the tiger with dirt. As he filled the grave, something danced and flickered on his arm. Rob stared at it, wondering what it was. And then he recognized it. It was the sun, showing up in time for another funeral. "I'm sorry I made you do it," Sistine said to Rob when he was done. "He wouldn't be dead if I hadn't made you do it." "It's all right," Rob said. "I ain't sorry about what I did." "We can make a headstone for him," said Sistine, "and we can bring him flowers, put them on his grave, fresh ones every day." And she slipped her hand into his. "I didn't mean what I said before about you being a sissy. I don't hate you. You're my best friend." The whole way back to the Kentucky Star, Rob held on to Sistine's hand. He marveled at what a small hand it was, and how much comfort there was in holding on to it. And he marveled, too, at how different he felt inside, how much lighter, as if he had set something heavy down and walked away from it without bothering to look back. All right, boys and girls, if you're like me, you're so touched and moved that Rob and Sistine kind of formed this friendship. She didn't hate Rob. She was just angry. And think about, who was she really angry at? Was she angry at Rob for his decision of not wanting to let the tiger go, or was she angry at something else? All right, go ahead and stop and jot your feelings down for me, and then return in a moment, and we can read chapter 30 and conclude the story, The Tiger Rising. All right, see you shortly.